Episode number 3 of the Sunday dinner series is braciole. I put raisins and pine nuts in my braciole. I love it this way. The raisins give it a really nice sweetness. A lot of people will use hard-boiled eggs in it. Some people will use prosciutto or mortadella or sorpresata. There's a lot of different ingredients you can put into it. Some people will just literally take the meat, the pounded out flat meat, and they'll just put a little bit of breadcrumbs, a little bit of Parmesan on there, maybe some parsley, and then they'll roll it up and call it a day. I think if you're gonna go through the effort to do this, it's nice to put in a stuffing with maybe a little bit more flavor. Again, use this as a general guideline, and the principles here of tying this meat up, searing it, getting it in a nice sauce will apply to any ingredients you use. Now we're using that sauce from episode 1. So that sauce is, in episode 2, it cooked our meatballs. In episode 3 here, we're using that same exact sauce recipe. We're just making another batch, and then we're going to put our seared braciole in. Let's get to it right now.
All right, so I have my top round on a cutting board, and I'm showing the 2 knives. This knife's a little longer than the 8-inch chef's knife. You want a long knife. This piece is kind of breaking off at the end here, so I'm going to cut this and save it for, another use. And put that off to the side. All right, so I'm showing how to cut this beef and putting my hand on top. I'm trying to get a nice thin slice. I'm trying to cut this basically to have 2 equal thickness slices. So I turned it around, just showing, I'm working from the other side now. This is pretty difficult. It's easier if you start with beef that's slightly frozen. All right, so that's one of the slices. I'm just trimming up this other one here. This side was a little thick, so I'm just going to trim that up. You can save that for another use as well. Plastic wrap, both sides. It just makes it easier for when we start pounding it with our meat mallet. I'm also showing a roller. You can also do this, but it's much harder that way. I recommend the mallet, which I'm using right now. I'm using the flat side. You can use the spiked side, but without plastic. You could also use wax paper, which tends to work better, which I didn't have on hand, but plastic wrap is fine too. And I'm just working it, pushing it towards the sides, trying to get everything as thin as I can without it breaking apart. And that's the goal here. So I'm flipping it back again. Yeah, I tried using the roller, and I'm like, no, I wanted to demonstrate 2 ways, but really there's only one way to do it. Okay, right here, I just showed I bought braciole meat. Now, I'm in Long Island. So many people eat braciole. It's not going to be common in a lot of parts of the country. So that's why I wanted to show you me filleting it. Okay, pine nuts and pan. We're going to toast these. You got to be careful when you toast these. They can burn very easily. So very low heat. And that's it. Just a little toast. I'm just setting them off to the side. I'm going to take some garlic now, and we're going to make a paste. So I use that little plastic cutting board because I can get this cutting board after I make my paste right in the dishwasher. So I'm going to do kind of a rough chop right now. Kosher salt, very thick kosher salt on top. This is going to allow us the coarseness of the salt is going to allow us to make a paste more easily. So the back of the knife, hold down with a couple fingers, and you kind of press away, but right now I'm just continuing to chop, and now I'm pushing more for my paste. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. It's really not difficult, and you get a really nice paste. Alternatively, just use a garlic press. Okay, parsley. So I'm removing all the large stems here. It's a thing you always see in my videos. I always like to take the extra effort just to plus the parsley I buy always has really big stems. All right, so we'll put that to the side, and now we're going to prepare the beef. So I'm trimming off part of the edge. It's not going to allow me to get a good roll here. I don't want an uneven shape. Pulling out all my string. The string is going to allow me to tie the braciole. Alternatively, you can use toothpicks. I'm laying them all out on my really big cutting board, and I'm going to take a little bit of my paste. I'm not going to use this much. This is way too much. It's going to make it too garlicky. I'm taking like a little bit of my finger, and I'm just kind of rubbing it into each piece of meat. Black pepper. Use as much or as little as you like. I like a lot of pepper on it. I want to season these well. Kosher salt. And here's our breadcrumbs. These are unseasoned breadcrumbs. It's going to give it nice texture. You can use seasoned as well. Raisins. This is a key ingredient. I love it. If you don't like it, I recommend just omit it, or maybe do half and half. You know, put 2 picks in 1 to distinguish which is which. Getting all these nice toasted pine nuts on here. And now a block of Parmigiano Reggiano. And I'm grating a lot of it on each one. Real lot. Great cheese. Goes really well in this. A lot of parsley on here too. I just love this flavor combination in braciole. Okay, so don't put all your ingredients all the way to the ends. Kind of like give yourself an inch on each side. Roll them up as tight as you can, and then I use 2 to 3 pieces of string depending on how large the braciole is, and I just tie it as tight as I can. It's as simple as that. And it just didn't take that long. I know it looks like it's a lot of work, but it really isn't, and it's really worth it. It's a great dish. Everybody's gonna love it. You're gonna want to make it again. You know, you could also use one really big piece of meat too, and make 2 of them, or even 1. So you don't have to make the 5 little ones like I am, but I do like it this way. So I trimmed all the excess string, and now here's our sauce from the Sunday sauce that we already had prepared from episode 1, and just going to set that off to the side. I have it nice and hot, and I'm going to get a pan. I'm using a non-stick here. Ideally, you want to use a regular pan, but even with this non-stick, you will see I get good color on these. Yep, and this is the start of it. We want to get color on every side, so we're just going to turn them every couple minutes. Probably take about 10, 12, maybe a little bit more, depending on how high you have your heat. I'm doing it on medium. Want to really brown them. And yeah, I'm just moving them around, trying to hit up all the spots. When I'm satisfied, I'm going to take them into a plate, and I'm going to use this pan to put them in. Now, you got some browning bits down there, got some fond. You could hit this up with a little white wine to deglaze it. I'm just going to take existing sauce, and I'm just going to make sure to mix it around and to remove all those nice flavor bits. But yeah, hit it up with a little wine or even a little water to remove that more easily. You can see right now I'm just kind of getting my wooden spoon in there and really removing those bits. I'm going to put all the braciole in the sauce. Mix them all around. Cover them. Typically, I'm doing this in a much larger pot with meatballs, sausage, pork chops, and they're fully submerged, but here too, I want them submerged on the stovetop. Bring it to a simmer, cover it.
Let this cook for at least 2 hours, ideally 4 hours. You'll see some recipes online say to do this for an hour. It's not enough. Now, you could reach a point where we do it too long, probably like the 8-hour mark, maybe 10 hours where the meat could fall apart, but do at least 2 hours, it'll be better. Keep your heat real low. The other thing you can do is you can put this in a baking dish with enough sauce. You know, it doesn't have to be all the way covered because it could essentially be a braise. Cover it really low, 300, 325. You can do it that way too. I prefer to do it on stovetop. Normally I'm making the Sunday sauce and I have my meatballs, my sausages, and these braciole in there all at the same time, you know, really big pot, and I'm mixing it, stirring it every 20, 30 minutes, or having my kids do it. But yeah, that's it. So we'll come back to this in about 2 or 3 hours.
All right, so 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. I cooked these for about 3.5. 3 to 3.5. Ideally, do it even more. I'm gonna plate them all up. Now your sauce has the braciole flavor, which it just makes it even better. Nice platter. More sauce all around. And you know, if you did it with your meatballs, definitely add your meatballs here. Get a big platter, put them all out, and just grate up some more Parmesan, or if you want Pecorino Romano, and they just look great. Just ready to go. Obviously, make your favorite pasta with this. you have that big pot of sauce. So removing the string can be a little difficult. Definitely do this for your guests.
Braciole. I cut it open and try it. It's gonna be hot. It's the combination of the raisins, the pine nuts, the braising of the beef. Give it time, it'll get softer and softer. You know, I didn't go into the different beef cuts you can use. I used top round, which is called London broil in the Northeast. I like that it's cheaper. You can use flank. Some people will use flank. You'll have to get it, you'll have to fillet it yourself, which might be difficult. Pound it out. Flank will run you double or triple the price. Keep that in mind. In the end, when you're braising beef, it's all gonna taste the same as long as it's had enough time. So there's a lot of other cuts you could use too. Ideally, you get your butcher, they take a meat slicer, they get really thin pieces for you, and it makes it easy. So I hope you enjoyed Beef Braciole. This was episode number 3 of the Italian Sunday dinner series. Episode number 4 is going to be baked ziti. Now, if you haven't seen the previous episodes, definitely go back, and episode number 2 was the meatballs, episode number 1 was the Sunday sauce. I really hope to see you back here for episode number 4, which will be next week. Thanks.